Welcome back, riders. I'm back here at Kings Island on June 27th. You might, Dan, you were just here on Monday. Yes, I was, but this time here for a different reason. We have Mr. Jake Youthy.
Back again.
Back again. First time at Kings Island.
First time. A little less sick than the last vlog we did, thankfully.
A lot less sick. So,
a lot less sick.
You got everything to do here. We just got here. It is currently 6:15 on Friday. We might be dealing with some storms at like 7 or so. I've haven't told you a whole lot about this park.
No, I only know about maybe like 2 of the rides' names, so it'll be all new to me.
And what is the one thing you're supposed to not do?
You're supposed to go into the shed.
No, you're not supposed to go into the shed.
Oh, yeah. You're not supposed to go in the shed.
His only request was to kind of start off on an intermediate ride, so we're going to do that. But otherwise, there's like no lines in the park. Not that busy, so might just do a loop around the park. We'll kind of see what you're feeling, I guess.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, let's head on in. I think first, I've barely told you anything, so I'm going to tell you we're going to head to the bat. But you probably don't even know what that means.
I don't know what that even means.
Okay, get ready to get your hiking boots on.
Oh boy.
All right, well, Youthy, we walked all the way back to the bat.
And it shut down for weather.
Yeah, probably lightning somewhere in the area. So I told you, I wasn't kidding. It's a hike.
That was kind of a long walk.
We got all the way there and then sat there for like a minute and then they went down.
Not off to a hot start today.
No, you had issues. You bought your all-park passport today?
I did, and they stopped me.
Yeah.
They must have thought I was trying to scam the system or something.
So we were at, the ticketing for like 20 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah, about.
Banshee's down. I kind of noticed walking around the park, it was really quiet, but Bat was still open.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do anyways, but.
Wasn't meant to be right now.
No, so I'm gonna go eat. I haven't really ate an official meal today. You ate before you came in the park?
I did.
Because it's cheaper doing it that way.
Yeah.
So now's a good time for me to eat without sacrificing ride time, I guess. All right, so we're leaving the bat. Youthy, what is this?
Is that the shed that you're supposed to go into?
No, that is not the shed.
Oh.
That is Son of Beast, one of the most famous roller coasters ever. You're not gonna ride it today.
Darn.
Oh darn. Guess I'll have to come back.
Yep.
Definitely coming back. All right, so we were in line for Enrique's and we saw the weather was coming. I felt a single raindrop and I'm like, yeah, no. So we made it to Fest House. They started doing the chicken dance and I wanted to stay out there and watch it, but then it started pouring. So we came in and I have like no options to eat anything. So doing La Rosa's, which famously I don't like. Youthy, did you already have a bite?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. We're gonna get a review. Forgot to do a La Rosa's review. What did you think?
Honestly, it wasn't that bad. You're making that to be a lot worse.
I was making it sound like it was really bad.
Yeah.
I will say it was better than last time I remember. I still, under normal circumstances, I wouldn't use a meal plan on that, but.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
It's good to try Cincinnati culture, I guess. All right, we just did Youthy's first ever ride at Kings Island, Queen City Stunt Coaster. Caught it right when it reopened. I figured that was a good time to kind of do it since it's a little bit lower capacity. What'd you think?
It was a good coaster. I'm not gonna lie, looking at it initially, it looks like a little cute ride, but that initial spin up, you're really disoriented coming out of it.
I purposely did not tell him about that. So.
Yeah, when we were going down to the scent after that, I'm kind of seeing stars for a second.
We should probably need a little more liquids in this.
Maybe.
All right, we just did Adventure Express. Youthy, what'd you think of that one?
That was interesting. That was a good ride, all in all. The ending, without spoiling it, there's some weird stuff going on there. We gotta look into this more.
The Forbidden Temple.
There was weird stuff happening.
We're on track 2. We're not supposed to be on track 2. Track 2 is closed.
Right.
But
yeah.
No, that's a classic old new gen Aero mine train. Okay, Youthy, what are we in line for?
In a place called Vertigo. You too.
Good reference there.
Thanks,
so
but in Vertigo.
When I list off all the coasters this morning, you were most scared of this one, just off the name itself. And now you're here, how you feeling?
I don't know if you can see that, but that is a tight spin. So my stomach is feeling a little queasy.
You kind of froze when I asked you if you want to go forwards or backwards first.
Yeah, I didn't know what that meant, and I think we're about to find out here.
All right, we did Invertigo. Youthy.
It lives up to the name. I am dizzy. I'm still disoriented a little bit. Dan goes, well, we're going up.
Right when we dispatched.
Yeah, right when we're going up. He goes, by the way, this is probably the worst ride. And I'm already shaking in my boots. That was intense. That was a good ride, though. I liked it.
It's not awful. I mean, just because it's the worst here doesn't mean it's bad. It does kind of stick out from everything else here, kind of like a sore thumb, but it's really intense, which I can appreciate. The headbanging sometimes a little.
Yeah, I have a smaller head, so I rattled around a little bit in there.
So, as someone who frequents Six Flags St. Louis, did you notice that's the same layout as Boomerang, you're just inverted?
You know, now that you say that, that makes a little more sense.
It wasn't clocking in his head.
Yeah.
We just did the bat.
We
Take
did.
2 was successful.
Yes, it was.
What'd you think of that one?
That was a fun ride. I honestly, when we were on the track at first, I didn't realize that you were hanging from the top. I thought there was going to be a track at the bottom. And then we got out there, I'm like, oh, that's definitely not a track at the bottom, or we're in trouble. But yeah, it was a fun ride. You get some speed through certain parts of there, which is cool. Little twists and turns. It was a fun ride.
We gotta get you on Vortex at Canada's Wonderland. It's a clone, but it's better.
You gotta need a passport for that.
Oops.
Here it is. How's that make you feel, Youthy?
Banshee?
No, the memorial.
Well, we're memorializing.
Son of Beast. We were
But it's
talking
a
about
Banshee.
earlier. It took this plot of land of Banshee.
I'm so confused.
We just got off the world's what?
Longest inverted coaster.
Oh, he's catching on. All right, what'd you think?
I have a lot to say, actually.
Oh boy.
For starters, I think that was probably my favorite one that we've done so far. Just
That's
the
not
coaster
saying a
itself.
whole lot.
No, it's not. We've only been on a couple at this point.
And most of them were like medium size,
That's
I
true.
guess.
So
go ahead.
take it with a grain of salt. But there were a lot of inversions. It's very similar to the Batman. If anyone's been on that. Six
Same
Flags.
ride model, yep.
Yep. Small inversions. I don't know if anyone will really get this reference, but it reminded me of the Comedy Central skit, If Google Was a Guy, and they ask it to do a barrel roll, and that's how I felt on the ride. You're flipping around.
And compared to Batman, I mean, most people watching are very familiar with Batman. You're familiar with Batman.
I am.
How would you compare and contrast?
I'd say Banshee's a little bit more intense. Like I said, there's more inversions. So Batman a little easier to handle, but Banshee, I think it's a better ride, in my opinion, than Batman.
But you had something to say about the trains. How were the restraints?
Oh, yeah, I did have one negative side. After you're done with the ride, maybe it was just me, but that thing was tight on the chest.
He doesn't like the vest.
It was a little snug, I won't lie.
He does not like the vest.
Yeah.
He's catching on. So the time is currently 9:04. We're coming up at the end of the night. I've been extremely vague all day.
He has been.
I bet you guys know exactly where I'm taking him for tonight.
I am
Do you
very
have any
scared.
idea?
Not a clue. You are basically. I feel like I'm in trouble.
I haven't told him what ride or like anything.
No, I got no knowledge whatsoever.
So we'll see what he thinks about it. All right, we stopped for a Kings Island Cincinnati special. We got Graders, blue ice cream tomorrow probably, but your first time at Graders. You're having the Beast Feast.
I am.
Before you've even ridden the Beast. Does it taste like the Beast?
As far as I can tell.
Is it good?
Yeah, that is really good.
All right.
It's gonna be a lot.
I love Graders. The chocolate chips. You gotta get any flavor with chocolate chip. You probably haven't gotten to a chocolate chip yet.
It's in here somewhere.
It's so good.
I just want to take a video of the sky right now. It's beautiful. It's like red sky. Back on International Drive. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, Yuthi. How were those chocolate chips? Oh. All right, take 2. How were those chocolate chips?
I'm still chewing.
You gave me the thumbs up.
No, I said the finger.
All right, take 3. I got verbal confirmation he's ready. How were the chocolate chips?
Now that there's not cone shoved in my mouth, that was some really good ice cream.
Sorry.
What was the
Beast
Beast Feast on top, along with the chocolate chip cookie dough at the bottom. I mean, that was 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. All right, not bad. Good news and bad news. We're in line for Mystic Timbers. Are we going to go in the shed?
I think we're supposed to.
No, we're not supposed to.
We're supposed to.
I also spoiled that we're doing Beast for last Friday night. It slipped.
I botched that one.
He didn't provoke me or anything. It just slipped.
I mean, I kind of did. I led you to it.
You were thinking it was going to be Orion, though. And
No, I said, let's go. You gotta go to the bathroom. You're like, oh, well, I'll do it before the Beast. And I led you right to it.
Shoot.
All right, last call. What's in the shed?
I'm pretty sure there's a clown there waiting to scare the crap out of me.
All right, we just got off Mystic Timbers. Yuthi, you win the shed.
I wasn't supposed to go in there.
But you did.
Don't go in the shed.
Don't go in the shed.
Go in the shed.
What'd you think of the shed? With no spoilers, I guess. Pretty much everyone knows, but...
The shed, it's a shed. You sit in there for a little bit, you wonder what's about to happen, and then it happens.
Did it live
It
up to the
happens.
hype?
There's something in the shed.
Okay. For the ride overall, so you just asked me off camera.
Yes.
This is very similar to both Thunderhead at Dollywood, which you've done,
Yes.
and American Thunder at Six Flags St. Louis.
Yeah.
So, how do you think this kind of ranks? Did you feel similarities or anything like that?
I think it was pretty similar to American Thunder at Six Flags St. Louis.
Okay.
It's always weird because I haven't been on roller coasters at night very often, and it's pretty dark.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was faster. Maybe that's just in the dark and I can't see things as well.
Okay, fair.
But that's just how I felt about it.
Oh.
It was a fun ride.
All
I
right.
enjoyed it. Just don't go in the shed.
Don't go in the shed, exactly. Time is currently 9:46, so we timed this perfectly. Gonna go to the bathroom, and then we're gonna get in line for the Beast. He tried to get more info out of me. Why the Beast? We're doing that at night. I'm not budging.
We'll find out shortly.
You have any idea?
There's not, I don't know. There's like 500 different beasts here, apparently. The
Yeah.
Beastie Boys are gonna make a guest appearance soon.
He's getting very confused between the Beast, Son of Beast, and then I even mentioned the Beastie, and now there's the Beastie Boys. You're all over the place, man.
We're all over the chart.
All right, Yuthi, we've been in line for an hour. You
have,
saw
but-
fireworks and drones. Were you
No,
expecting
not
that?
really. I saw the
yeah.
drones. We kind of got in a bad position for the fireworks. Hopefully we see them tomorrow. We'll see what Mr. Clark has up his sleeve for that.
I didn't tell you about those, though.
No, I was actually surprised. You're
got-
like, we need to get in a good spot. I'm like, I don't know why. And then all of a sudden I hear like fireworks going off.
Remember when we got in line and I told you the ride's not open? What was your thoughts on that?
I don't. You've been so vague with me today. I thought maybe we were just sitting here just for fun.
Well, we've been in line for about an hour. The ride's
Yes.
back open.
We're almost there.
We're getting there.
I don't know anything about the Beast. Haven't been told lickety split. So
It's gonna be fun. All right, Yuthi, where are we at?
spot 17. For some
Why?
reason, I don't know.
We're gonna have you.
You
on the
haven't
left
told me
side, too.
anything.
Okay, Yuthi, you just did probably the most legendary night ride of all time, and the world's longest wooden coaster.
Is it really?
I didn't even tell him that.
Yeah.
I told him next to nothing.
Yeah.
How was
honestly.
it?
Honestly, that was pretty cool.
All right.
There were parts of the ride where you're going through like a tunnel or something. You can't see anything. Like,
No.
it's dark out right now, but you can see a little bit. Like when you go through there, you can't see anything. And then there was that second half of the ride there. I've never ridden on an angle like that before on a roller coaster. I thought I was gonna fly off the track.
You loved it.
I did.
Great.
It was worth the wait.
I'm glad to hear that because
Yeah.
that's
It was great.
that's a lot of waiting. So, I mean, how would you compare it to everything else today? I mean,
Honestly, it's probably, out of all the rides we did today, it was probably my favorite.
okay, not bad. It is a bit you know, like exemplified at night.
It
We'll
is.
do it in the day tomorrow. You'll be
Yeah.
able to see like what it actually does.
Right.
I'm glad we did that.
Yeah, that was fun.
I didn't even do it when I was here last week. I was saving it for him, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
It was worth you not telling me just about anything for the ride.
He was so mad. I wasn't
Yeah.
telling him anything,
No.
but it worked out.
It did.
It worked
We were
out.
the last train too.
Yeah, last train of the night, row 17. I put him in the left side for the tunnel, which, like you said, I don't even know if you saw that, but it's like
No.
right next to your head.
No, I had no clue.
But yeah, that's gonna do it for day one. I'm just gonna continue the vlog. But we missed Orion and Diamondback and Racer, Flight of Fear. We might do Great Pumpkin, or not Great Pumpkin Coaster. I mean, if you want your credit.
Maybe.
I'm Snoopy's Soapbox Racer, so still got some things to do tomorrow, maybe a full day. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna do it for today. Pretty successful even with the weather.
Right? Yeah. Managed to get in quite a bit in a couple hours.
It wasn't that busy here today, so. Besides the Beast, the longest line we waited in was
Honestly,
20 minutes.
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
Not even, so. Pretty good night. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Hi, welcome back, riders. Day 2, back with you, Thee.
Day 2, baby.
Good morning. It was hard getting out of bed this morning.
Yeah, I might have stayed up a little too late last night.
We did not do favors to each other. We got up to like 2 a.m. or something.
Yeah, it was a little rough. To be fair, it was like 1 in the morning our time. But
Yeah, Central Time, the best time zone, just so
Yep.
you guys know. Anyways, we're here at Kings Island. Time is currently 9:24. We're here for early entry. I don't know if we've decided exactly what we're doing yet, but
Nah, yeah, we haven't got the game plan all figured out, but it's all right.
yeah, we're still got a handful of things to do, like I mentioned in the last clip.
Yep.
So let's. A new development today. It's looking like it's going to storm now.
It does.
It wasn't calling for it really at all.
No, I told you there's a good chance,
No.
and you just ignored it.
No, I don't think so. So it's like 68% chance at 4 now for thunderstorms, not rain. So we'll see what happens there later on in the day, but we'll worry about that later.
I
All right, I can't see either. But we did Snoopy Soapbox Racers.
Yes, we did.
You kind of wanted to do it because I told you it's kind of like Rookie Racer,
Yeah.
St. Louis. So you liked it?
I did like it. It was a nice little starter coaster.
Yeah, start off the day not too aggressive.
Probably only 20-year-olds, maybe even 30-year-olds in the ride, but it was fun.
Without kids, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cute. It's deceiving a little bit.
It is.
I like it. And backwards. I don't know if you knew
True.
that.
I did
but-
not know that.
Oh boy.
You lurched a little bit at the start, but
All right, we just did Youthy's fastest and tallest coaster he's ever done.
we did.
Orion. What'd you think?
Honestly, it was great. I thought when we got through that initial turn down, when you can see down to the bottom from the initial rise point, I thought I was gonna be in trouble, but it was actually pretty fun. I think it helps that this is the second day in a row that we're doing roller coasters.
Okay.
So I've already built up some endurance from yesterday.
Yeah? All right.
So I feel pretty good. That was a fun ride.
All right, next up, Flight of Fear, which is open. I didn't tell you anything.
Nope,
You know anything to expect, or?
it's gonna be scary. Fearful.
All right, you did Flight of Fear.
Yep.
You were pretty convinced when we were in line it was some kind of Justice League
Yeah, that was way far off. That couldn't have been farther off.
ride. You kind of started to hear the launch, and then you saw
I
the
did.
sign that said the launch.
Yeah, I
and-
gave away the launch part, but that ride, there's a lot happening in a very short amount of time.
in a very small box.
Yeah, you can see everything.
Did you like it though?
Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun.
All right.
High intensity.
It's very intense. It's one of the most intense here, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Area 72 complete. So all we have left is Racer and Diamondback. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Flight of Fear is done. Oh, they're on the wrong side. All right, we just got off Diamondback, which was the last big coaster we need here. Still need Racer, but other than that, we've done everything. What'd you think of Diamondback?
Well, we got to go into the front row, which is pretty cool.
We got really lucky. It was kind of weird. I knew the grouper. He told me to go anywhere, but like most of the train was already filled, but row 1 was empty for whatever reason, so we looked into that.
Yeah. But in terms of the ride, This is maybe just a non-enthusiast opinion, but I like being in the front more than maybe like the back. I just like getting to see what you're going through a little bit better than not knowing what you're going through, especially because Dan doesn't tell me anything.
Oops.
But Diamondback was a lot of fun. I can see what you meant by it's kind of similar to Raging Bull, like for a limited perspective from mine. I liked it. It was good.
Different trains, different layout.
Wish we could have gotten a little wet at that one point of the ride, but you know.
We'll go in the back later at some point.
All right.
We just did Mystic Timbers again. Youthy, you got the rare scene in the shed.
Dan says about like a 10 or 20% chance.
That's what I would guess. I don't know if they've ever
Guesstimates,
released anything officially, but I'm thinking 10 to 20% chance.
I didn't know it would be different. He didn't say anything about that, so that was cool.
Yeah.
It was nice. There's a part of the ride where, like last night, it was getting dark, so you couldn't see portions of it.
Yeah, a little tunnel.
Yeah, so a little different seeing it in the day.
Did he like it more?
I think I liked it more at night.
Okay, so. Damn, because it's my favorite in the park. I don't think it's on your short list to be your favorite here.
Yeah, not yet.
Man.
Well, I'll have to reveal the big reveal later.
Big reveal. Hey, look what we both got. Heart rate orange 0. All right, ready? It's good stuff.
Almost high C.
Almost. You'd be here with the 1000 IQ play.
It fits. I told you when I was looking at the cup, I'm like, this might fit in there.
Multitasking.
Yep, at its finest.
All right, Youthy. You did re-rides. Oh my God, your lips are red.
Oops.
We did re-rides on both Beast and Diamondback. Any new opinions on the two?
Well, for Beast, I would say it's a lot different during the day versus at night. That's still the second part of Beast is still really cool, but like Dan and I were talking off camera about Mystic Timbers and Beast, and I'd probably have to say Mystic Timbers is better during the day.
That's a start.
But,
we're getting there.
Yeah, and then Diamondback, we're in the back this time. Like I said earlier, though, I still think I lean towards the front.
Prefer the front. Okay.
Yeah. I know you get more. It feels like you get more hang time in the back, but it's more of a front cart rider.
All right, fair enough. All right, we have completed all of the major notable roller coaster at Kings Island, at least. We did Racer.
We did.
What'd you think?
We're a blue team.
Blue team. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna just say it. That was like the closest to a tie I've ever seen. I legitimately don't know who won.
We were in the front again for another ride, and I was leaning over the cart trying to look over to see. You need to look back at the video.
We need the lasers and all that jazz.
That was a good ride, though. It was very it's very like, I don't know how to describe it. It's an easier ride. It's
a little bit
bad.
Historical.
Is it?
It is. The more you know.
What makes it historical?
It's old. A lot of these roller coasters probably wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the Racer. It kind of sparked the interest again. So.
Right. Well, I'm glad we got on it.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so just a general update for today. The time is currently 2:11. I don't know if you guys remember the rain, thunderstorms we mentioned earlier today. It looks a lot worse now.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna be a couple hours. It's gonna be bad. So we're kind of game planning here. We're probably gonna go back to the hotel, hoping everything reopens. I'm a little worried the park might close early. The rain kind of is pushed back a little bit throughout the day.
Yeah, it can't. They don't know what's really gonna happen.
It might clear out, like the weather, like 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. We don't really know, but I think we're just gonna go back to the hotel and chill. But we got like maybe 2 hours.
Yeah, hopefully.
Until then, so we're gonna go on what he wants to go back on and get our re-rides in. Okay, you doing the enthusiast shuffle, trying to beat the rain. I like it. He's catching on. All right, welcome back, riders. We're here with Youthy. A lot of alternative events have happened. So the storm, rain came a lot earlier than expected, I guess.
Yeah, it didn't last very long either.
Yeah, that's the thing. It the forecast was saying like 90% chance for 5, 6, 7 o'clock, and then it stopped like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And we already left because we had kind of determined we were going to go back to the hotel and kind of reset and stuff. And by the time we went back to the hotel and showered, it looked beautiful outside. Granted, a lot of the rides were still closed because it just seemed there's a lot of pockets in the area with lightning and stuff, but it was beautiful here. But we decided to nap, and we decided to come back. Everything for the most part still down. Flight of Fear's at like 120 minutes. Boo Blasters at like 45, but otherwise pretty much everything is closed. But you have the all-day dining premium wristband and wanted to put it to use.
I did.
So you've never had Skyline Chili before?
I never have. So we're about to go over there and try that for the first time.
I'm excited to see your reaction.
I do love a chili dog, and I am hungry, so this is gonna be pretty good. I bet.
See how this goes. All right, you Skyline Chili. How was it?
It was pretty good. The bun was a little soft from the chili, obviously. My one big critique, I wish the hot dog was bigger.
Yeah,
it's a little guy.
It is a little guy, but I mean, you got it for free.
Yeah. Other than that, I liked it. I like chili. I like hot dogs. There was a good amount of cheese on there.
A generous helping of cheese.
Yeah.
That's a Cincinnati staple. I told you a lot of people don't like it. You seemed a little surprised.
Yeah, I liked it.
A lot of people crap on Skyline Chili. I'm not one of them.
I was a fan.
But yeah, we're heading to Boo Blasters. It's going to start raining like any minute now, if you can't tell with how dark everything is. But we want to do something. And I feel like the lines, it's 120 minutes, so I feel like you're going to be outside for Flight of Fear, so that kind of defeats the purpose. These Boo Blasters should be all indoors, so might be a little marathon incoming because it's going to be raining for more than 45 minutes. So, well, at least that's what they say.
Supposedly,
they change their mind every 5 minutes.
Well, we made it to Boo Blasters, mostly dry. We did get a little wet, and now it's closed and flooding, so that's nice. Very cool.
All right, we're back outside for the first time in a minute.
Yeah, hour and a half.
Hour and a half or so, but we did it.
We did Boo Blasters.
We did Boo Blasters. I'm a master blaster. Correct.
I was not.
Amateur blaster over here.
You know, supposedly. Trigger wasn't working.
Of course. Just got off our second ride on Boo Blasters because it's still kind of raining. We decided to do offhand, so that's my left hand, your right hand.
Yeah.
You're a wannabe blaster.
That went really bad.
And I'm an apprentice
I'm
blaster.
pretty sure I think it was broken. Hey, the other gun worked better.
It's 90, that's not saying much.
Well, it was almost done.
Right.
I don't want to hear. You're putting me on blast.
All right, we're about to head out, so we're getting it.
Got the blue ice cream.
Traditional. I don't like blue raspberry, so I've never had it. You gotta tell me, is it worth the hype?
It's really good.
Okay.
It probably isn't for everyone.
Like me.
Like Dan. It's kind of like vanilla with more of a hint of blue raspberry versus like strong blue raspberry. If I had to describe it.
Does it get 5 big booms?
5 big booms. Boom, 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 boom. No copyright.
All right, that's gonna do it for us at Kings Island. We got the rainbow behind us.
Yeah.
Do you have the time currently?
It is about 8:40.
8:40. So supposedly it's supposed to start raining hard again. I think we're kind of over dealing with the weather and stuff.
Yeah, guessing around.
We're gonna go gamble. So.
Yeah, a lot.
No, not a lot.
No, I mean just a couple dollars.
We are gonna head out though. The weather just up and down. I think we're done playing the game. We've done everything in the park. We've got a couple of re-rides. We've tried a lot of food today. Overall, how was your experience at Kings Island?
Honestly, it's probably my favorite park that I've been to.
Okay. He's been to Dollywood.
I have.
Universal.
Well, I didn't get to do a whole lot of Universal, to be fair.
All right. It's a very nice place. One of my favorites, so not hard
to
understand.
High up there, I should say.
Yeah, but that's going to do it for this vlog. Thanks for checking it out. I'm actually leaving with some food, so I'm going to need you to push down, pull up, and exit to the right. So you got to push down,
pull up, exit to the right.
hope you enjoyed the video, and go have your greatest day yet. You also have to wave. Choo choo, bye. Thank you. All right, Youthy, how we doing?
That one didn't go so
What do
hot.
we got down there?
$400.
Oh, that's 40 cents, brother.
You sure?